Hello, all you hardcores out there. How you doing? Russ here from Poker's Corner, the biggest gob in sport. I say the things on here that nobody dare say. Hey, you give a big shout out to Mickey's Athletic in Brampton, Brelo, over Barnsley Way. The good thing about that is young Josh Whale, he lets kids training there who are unfortunate and in these tough times for the parents if they're finding things tough. So I think that's fantastic. Stuff like that, that's what you should get community awards for, isn't it? So doing stuff that's good in the community. So well done to young Josh. While we're on the subject of that area, can we give a big shout out to Fruity? Hey, sweating like a pig in his cell. I've had years and years of that. Yeah, it's a long, hard road for the Fruity one, but I know he likes to. I know he likes to take a dare, so I'm sure it'll be an interesting one for him, won't it? Eh? My advice is in the prison canteen they sell Cocoa Palmer's butter. Pop, pop, bang! Right, here we go. Let's get the old shades up. I'm going to canopy up now. Yeah, had a heavy one last night. So, as predicted, Eddie Hills. Oh, there, Eddie. He's always there or thereabouts, isn't he? Eduardo. Uh, I said in my last video, I wonder if Eddie is going to have plenty to say on IFL. Oh, God. Can I get that 33 minutes back of my life? Hey, oh my God. Absolutely unbelievable. But what can you do? It's the boxing industry, isn't it? That's what we're up against. But look, Eddie's saying, "Oh, they caught Rodriguez. It was in his system, but it was after the fight and blah de blah and the testing delays, and it's better to catch fighters in camp or look, don't try and make excuses for your past misdemeanors because we're talking about a guy here, Eddie Hills, who wanted to keep Crusher Ben's first failure a secret. Yeah, him and Calla Sauerland, they wanted to keep it a secret. Oh, the sun's coming back out now. They wanted to keep it a secret. Him and Calla Sewer, right? Hey, what's all that about? So they had everybody buying tickets and booking hotels and flights and trains, and some people coming over on boats, probably rubber dinghies as well, just to see that fight. So because the names involved in it, it's not the level they're both at. I mean, Christopher Eubank Jr., you wouldn't say he'd win a British title at 160, would you now? No, no, he wouldn't. So he's not British level, is he? Crusher's not won a belt. So, and he's just lost against a guy who's English stroke borderline British level. So, if they can pinch millions and millions having that rematch, good luck to them. I think it will happen because they've both got nowhere else to go. Because if they fight anybody else in top 50, they could get beat. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's like they just want to keep narrating rubbish to us, isn't it? All the time, constantly, day in, day out. I don't know what the sun wants to do today. Look, these people are slipping and sliding around the rules constantly, constantly. And they're doing what they want now. They can put as many clickbait titles up as they want. Performance enhancing drugs was found in Rodriguez, and Eddie's giving it that. Well, we have to let him, defend his case and all that. Look, why are you already moving to get it classed as a no contest, like you did the Devin Haney situation with Garcia? Double standards, double standards. For the record, Eddie, since he started as a professional, that I know of and that I can think off top of my head, I read it all out in one of them other videos. He's worked with about 14 or 15 drug cheats. He even tried to sign Tyson Fury, a 3-time drug cheat. Wild boar on it, cocaine, and a refusal. We got a 2-year backdated for that. Wow. Wow. So Eddie can't mention about drug cheats, can he? Not when you're signing them and giving them opportunities, left, right, and centre, and then trying to sign uh, previous drug cheats. So it's it's like kettle calling frying pan, isn't it? So don't wash for me. Will Galyafai sue? Well, we'll hear things like that, but they'll get it as a no contest. The kid's tested dirty, hasn't he? Crusher Ben tested dirty twice, but he didn't get to fight, did he? And since then, he's not had a stoppage. Since Crusher got busted, he's not had a stoppage. In fact, his last stoppage was 2022 April. So 23, 24, 25, and it'll be 3.5 years in October since his last stoppage. How well they might have fallen, eh? But what about all them guys that Crusher were putting to Kip? What about them getting tested sort of as no contests? You know, Tyson Fury beat Christian Heyman, didn't he, before he fought Vladimir? Now they tried to get that as a no contest, didn't they? Heyman's team, that backfired. So it's all about who you're associated with. So I just prefer to speak from the heart. Me, it's not very hard, is it? If you want to speak from here, it's not hard at all. So it is what it is. It's come to my attention that a lot of people keep going on and on and on about these DAZN pundits. You know, B-side Bellew and Mr. Matchroom himself, Darren Companyman Barker, and now somebody who used to stick it to Eddie Hills, the Iceman, Carl Frampton. He realizes that he's not made that much from the game, and if he's going to get on in boxing in the media, he knows he's got to be in with certain people, and if you want to. He's got the rest of his life ahead of him, Annie Frampton. So he's got to play the game. He's got to fall in line, just like Carl Froch. So that's what happens, isn't it? People say one thing on a Monday, and then on a Tuesday they say another thing. So disappointing. But my argument is this: why do they let Carl Frampton be a pundit when his ex-trainer Jamie Moore's fighters are on show? Because they're always going to show bias, aren't they? Because humans are creatures of habit, aren't they? It's a bit like B-side Bellew. How many times do we see B-side Bellew be a pundit on Bombay Dave's fighters when they're fighting, or people who he's good mates with, you know, from the Rotunda? You know, it's craziness, isn't it? It's absolute craziness. I don't know where to sit here. I don't know nothing about lighting, but I should do it. Christopher Eubank Jr., £10,000 fine for the tweet he put out showing how we struggle to make weight and all that. I mean, what is all that about? Roberto Smith sanctioned the fight and let a man get in the ring who wasn't fully hydrated, but yet he goes on about safety and all that. Roberto Smith, what is you doing? You go on about safety is paramount, but yet you put Eubank in ring where he couldn't perform at his best. How can that be safe? How can that be? And then you're whacking him with a 10 grand fine. He's already had a 350 grand fine, hasn't he, with a contract, and then the Board of Control already took their slice of the cake on the night. I mean, they're just filling the books all the time. But what I'm hoping is this: Roberto Smith, I hope and pray that you put that money to Gary Sykes as belt and get him his belt sent up to Dewsbury, because Gary Sykes, the Carl Frampton fight was a British title defence. It was classed as a defence. The belt were carried in the ring. You took your fees off it on the night and all that. So it's a clerical error. If that had been a Matchroom or a Queensbury fighter, I can assure you it would have been classed as a British title defence. And Carl Johansson, are you telling me he didn't deserve a British title shot then? They went down the rankings, didn't they? So that's what you do when people are not available. Go and read the go and read the Green Book rules from that year and look what it says about mandatories and and now you win the belt outright. Your rules, Roberto Smith, your rules. But then again, you don't stick to them, do you? I remember you on phone to Dennis regarding some issue, and you were telling him about fighters can't fight for a British title after a loss and blah, 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 blah. Well, Tommy Frank had a few losses, and he still managed to fight for a British title and win one. So it is what it is. I'm just pointing this out. Without rules, we've got anarchy, haven't we? So your rules. But if you read the small print, sometimes it's subject to, and that's like the WBC in it. So they make it up as they go along. Absolutely make it up. Go as they go along. And why have we got Eddie Hills? We're getting back onto Eddie. Why have we got him going on about weight issues and stuff like that, and rehydration clauses and safety and all that? You know, when he drained Eubank as well, but Roberto Smith let it happen, didn't he? He sanctioned the fight. So that's how I look at it. Look, Robert Smith is going to do what's best for border control in it to get that free gratis. That's what this is. But let me just point out that Michael Watson rematched Chris Eubank Jr. not at 160. He rematched him for a belt at 168. But in the clause for the contract, it was 164. Now, the surgeon said that £4 made the difference with Michael Watson. So, because he got stopped late, didn't he? That other £4 would have helped him, wouldn't it? So, the last bit of weight that you lose is the fluid behind your brain, and that dehydrates you. And you've got no protection when you're getting hit. Boom, 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 boom. Your head's designed not to be getting hit by 30-pound mallets. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. Jake Paul against AJ. Eddie's talking about that. Is that where we're at now? Anthony Joshua against Jake Paul for all the marbles and all that. It's a bit similar to Ricky Hatton. I mean, somebody said to me, I don't know if it's true, that he's going to fight for the WBC Middle Eastern belt December the 2nd. What is that from Ricky Hatton? But more on him on Monday. We've got a bit of a video coming out on Monday, so and everybody's going to sit back and enjoy that one. And we'll film it on Monday, and we'll save that one. It's like saving it for dessert. Oh, Katie Taylor against Chantel Cameron. Do I want to see that again? Chantel Cameron's not going to get a fair rub at Green, is she? But yeah, they'll wheel Katie Taylor out for that one. They'll keep wheeling her out. That's what they're doing, it. She's already talking like Scooby-Doo, but they'll keep wheeling her out. But it is what it is. A lot of emails I keep getting regarding Tyson Fury. What do I think about him? Do I care about his comeback? And what do I think about his Netflix At Home with the Furies Series 2? No, I didn't even watch first one. I think it's all about Pony. I've seen clippets that are on YouTube Shorts and all that. Whatever, what they're going to keep drowning it out that he was robbed against Usyk. Everybody knows he lost. CompuBox statistics and Jabba prove that. Two different companies prove that. Experts in boxing prove that. He knows he got beat. Even his brother, Fat Shane, knows it because he even did an interview, didn't he, about it? So I don't really care about Tyson Fury, to be honest. I think he's just at that point in his life where he just wants to come back and ponce a living and say, yeah, I'll fight him, but I'll fight him first. Watch it unfold. Watch it unfold. Watch him spoon feed him a couple of easy ones. We've seen it all before, haven't they? He's in everybody's ear rolling up their arsehole, especially Turkey's. But I don't think Turkey really gives a hoot about Tyson Fury, to be honest. I think he just wants to get him in ring against Usyk and get him bashed up again. So here's what it is. I see B-side Bellew waxing lyrical about Usyk. Well, just because he took you to school. Well, what B-side Bellew forgets is he keeps going on about our winning fight and how judges have your pot cards and all that. You were home fighter. You weren't winning fight. Does anybody genuinely believe that Tony Bellew was winning the fight? He was doing more feinting than anything. Usyk was just having a look at him. Winning the fight. My God, what planet are these people on? Absolutely unbelievable. I see Horsecox going on about it as well. How he had Tony winning the fight up until that point. Listen, do you know when Man United are 2-0 up against Liverpool at half time and they get beat 5-2? Does anybody say, yeah, but they were winning at half time? No, it's a 12-round fight, isn't it? So painful to hear Tony coming out with all that rubbish, and even more painful to hear Horsecock saying that Usyk spent and Dubois beats him. Well, he'd have to say that, wouldn't he? He'd have to say that because he wants to get back in Bricktop's good books, doesn't he, Horsecock? So Horsecock's next days could be numbered at Sky now, you know. Oh, get ready. Where's he going to go then? You know what I mean? You know what they say, don't you? On your way up, be nice to people because on the way down, people are waiting, aren't they? So, and I see Bricktop as a crocodile waiting for Horsecock. Oh, yeah. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that Horsecock and Super Bean, they had the feet firmly pressed with Eddie Hills on Bricktop's neck. Bricktop's a long memory, hasn't he? So, is Dylan White going to pull out of the Moses Atome fight? Yes. He'll pull out or he'll test dirty. Watch it unfold. Thomas, Irish kid who emailed me, he mentioned that I said if Usyk beats Dubois again, he's an all-time great top 5 heavyweight. Thomas says that Usyk, if he beats Dubois again, is an all-time great top 5 across the board. So we're going to debate that, aren't we, Thomas? So I look forward to that. Still no lazy rhino news. So what did I call it correct? That Mark Tibbs is on his way and that they're going to get in with another trainer and they're going to go after the rhino for the trilogy because that's the money fight, really, isn't it? It's about money. So we're going to see. But there's still nothing mentioned about Sheffield yet. And what we're on today, 11th of July? Well, is Rhino headlining in Sheffield? We're not hearing anything about it with 2 months to go. So we're going to see, aren't we? But like I said before, and I'll say it again, how are they going to sell Sheffield Arena out? They could put every fighter in Sheffield and Doncaster and Barnsley on that show. How would they sell it out? They'd have to put Callum Simpson on there, wouldn't they? To sell it out. It is what it is. Your words, Eddie. Rhino's going to be out in Sheffield. I'm fed up of hearing about Spotty Frank Smith saying he's got no respect for Eubank Jr. What are you going out with his sister, aren't you? I can see you getting a scutch at one point. So stop trying to hype it up and create fake intense beef. Behind the scenes, you're all sat plotting and writing scripts. So Spotty Frank, stop it. Stop it, the Spotty one. Amzad Shiraz against Edwin Bellinger. Is that tomorrow? In Queens, New York at the Louis Armstrong Stadium. I've got Bellinger in that fight. I think Shiraz has done. I think he was exposed at middleweight. He couldn't denote with that guy at middleweight who he's just drawn to, got a gift. So how's he going to do anything stepping up? I mean, we all saw what happened to him against Bradley Skeet. So it is what it is. But I think Amzad Shiraz is absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. He's only being pushed because he's managed by Spencer Brown, and he's got Bricktop in his corner. But I don't rate him. I don't rate him at all. So do me a favour, in other words, Bricktop. Another one you can do me a favour on Bricktop is talking Canelo versus Amzad Shiraz if he wins this fight. Oh my God. Is that where we're at in boxing now? Wow. Absolute wow. Anthony Yard against Benavidez. What do I think to that? Oh, God. Anthony Yard is either fighting bin men or killers, isn't he? I don't know if there's any grey area for him. I mean, I don't know, but I don't see Anthony Yard winning that fight. If he loses, will they bring him back? Yeah, he'll just be cannon fodder, won't he? Gatekeeper. But I can see David Benavidez lighting him up. But credit for taking the fight. But it's not because they're getting paid. Tunde Ajayi don't care for Yard. Do you know what I mean? So will Big Malk be in his corner? Though, with all that rimming he's been doing around Yard and Tunde for the last few years. If Big Malk's this go-to guy for Tunde, why is he not in corner? Why is he not in Yard's corner, Tunde? So Dennis McCann. Bricktop's going on about how some date on thing were not filled in correctly and procedure not done correctly. Look, Bricktop, did Dennis McCann test dirty? Yes or no? He tested dirty. Forget if they've wrote something wrong on a form or out, he's tested dirty, so he's a dirty fighter. That's the bottom line. Man, it's farcical and all that. Everybody's getting these high-powered lawyers to try and look at technicalities, to get people off with all these drug charges and that. Look, people are getting whacked in head in boxing, and what we need is a product to protect these fighters. A product, that's what we need. So hopefully somebody will come forward and throw me a bone and let me push their product on Poker's Corner. I don't know what though. So it is what it is. But I can see Bricktop suing probably testing agencies or something. That means probably not sued anybody for the last 48 hours. So I can see legal letters getting fired off there. So I'm sure it'll all end up in court. But like I said before, and I'll say it again, it was in his system. Strict liability. But all these YouTubers with access, they're not going to say that. They're going to say, oh, we believe Dennis is innocent. They all start off saying, oh, disappointing, he's guilty, he's a drug cheat. And then as it peters on, it's, oh, well, he's a nice lad. I don't think he'd do it. And I think he's innocent. And even Bricktop says it's farcical. Look, embarrassing. Embarrassing from you as well, Umar. Eh? Embarrassing. Crawl out of Bricktop's ringer. Shits out that. No, that's about it, really. Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. One piece out. Booyaka.